Good afternoon. Welcome to another show of Business Talk with Mark Sedrick Turner. Today I am here with Mr. AHamiltonHall. I ain't talking about the AHamiltonHall that can sing. I'm talking about the AHamiltonHall that went to Westwood High School. He was the drum major from what?
Westwood.
What year? 87, 86 to
86 through 89.
89. He was the drum major. This Westwood product.
Let me clear that up because I don't want to step on toes.
Okay.
Because I was coming behind the one and only, the great Joe Johnson.
Joe Johnson.
So I came up under him.
Okay.
So once Joe left, he passed the baton.
Okay.
Right.
He was the drum major, Westwood High School, a Westwood product. Listen, guys, Westwood product. And I said, Mr. AHamiltonHall, I want to come and talk to you because I want you to share with a lot of people out here your journey, your testimony, your sacrifices, and your blessing today. I want you to share. I want you to share some things that you've gone through, Aaron. Right now, Aaron has started his new company, his AHamiltonHall and Company. And right now, he's going through a phase, like we all do. When we go through business, we catch those phases where God tests our patience. He tests our faith. He tests our faith.
Yes, sir.
And I'm telling you, listen, I'm a living testimony right here. He definitely tests my faith. But you know what? I never gave up. And I kept going. I was like that little train, literally that little old train, little tattoo. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. And I did. So right now, today, I know a lot of people may be at work, but later on, Mr. Hall, they're going to tune in and they're going to see what it took for you to jump out on faith to start your own company.
Wow, Rick. That's first of all, that introduction was amazing. The energy, man. I want some of that. You know, I guess that's why we're talking. You spread me. In terms of what started, how I started, man, it's probably too long to even go into a podcast. But I'll tell you this. I work in a lot of arenas, from city government, federal government.
Okay.
Did a little stint in education. Actually went to Westwood. I taught for a year. Yeah, didn't know that, did you?
Oh, you taught at Westwood.
I went back.
Okay.
I went back and decided that was not for me.
Okay.
So did a whole bunch of things, right?
Okay.
The last foray in corporate America was in business sales, business to business sales.
Okay.
And did that for quite some time. And we got to the point where the business left me. I didn't leave the business. So I had to think about what was going on, what I needed to do.
Okay.
So the insurance industry was something that I was kind of doing in the background as a side gig.
Mm-hmm.
And when the company left me, it was like, if not now, when? If I wasn't going to take a chance now, when would I do it? So that was in 2022. So I took a leap of faith, and I started AHamiltonHall and Company, and here I am talking to you.
You know what? See, that story in itself is a blessing for you to take a leap of faith. A leap of faith to go out and because you know what? Everybody, you were put here for a reason. Everybody in the world will put it here for a reason. We all got our deeds to do. And your deed today is forever, is to do what you did, brother. And I'm going to tell you something. A lot of us don't understand that God, He wants you to walk in certain steps He wants you to walk into. Don't ever question it. If you question it, that's when you question your faith. All right? So this good brother right here, he walked out on faith and he started this company. I'm telling you guys, this company here is dynamite. What I've been reading about, I've been seeing you branding yourself. So tell us, what do you offer for your company?
In a nutshell, right? So AHamiltonHall and Company, for all intents and purposes, is a holding company, right?
Okay.
So there are going to be many, I guess, facets or branches from this main source, right?
Okay.
The first baby to be born out of this AHamiltonHall Company is the insurance side of things.
Okay.
And that covers a lot. Right now, I'm doing all aspects of life insurance. I'm licensed in Tennessee, Texas, Mississippi, Georgia.
Okay.
And I'm missing a couple of them right now. So I've got the life insurance piece and annuity piece in all of those states. In the state of Texas alone right now, I also offer property and casualty.
Oh, really?
So if you're in the state of Texas, and you need somebody to give you a quote on your home or your car, AHamiltonHall and Company can help you out with that.
Okay. So you said, right, you know what? It's very imperative if you don't have a life insurance policy in place today. That's most important, especially if you got kids behind. Because I got two of them. I got two bougie daughters. So these two bougie daughters, I got to make sure when I'm dead and gone, they gonna be taken care of. Right?
Can I jump in right there?
Yeah. I want you to jump in.
Because I want to kind of put this out, just out in the ether. I would like for us as a people, right, to not only look at life insurance as something, as a gift to be left to someone or to an organization. We need to start thinking about what life insurance can mean to us while we're living. There's a fairly new concept in life insurance that's basically we kind of dubbed it living insurance, right? So we get into living benefits of insurance plans. And you would have to get with your broker, get with your agent to kind of figure out what your policy has, because depending on when you started your life insurance policies, these features may not have been available. So basically, when you start talking about living benefits, we're talking about additional riders.
So let me ask you a question. So do you think it's imperative for you to get a financial plan in place first?
So you do. And let me say this disclaimer. I am not a financial planner.
Okay.
Anything that you're hearing from me or that you hear from anybody else that's not a licensed financial planner, do the research yourself.
Gotcha.
Anything that I'm saying can be researched, right?
Okay.
Anything that I'm saying, you can go back and you can pull it from somewhere. But not diving into a really deep hole with this whole concept of life insurance, and you talked about your daughters leaving something to them. That's going to be done. That'll be part of the plan. But what will Sedrick Turner have for himself during his lifespan? So if Sedrick Turner has a critical illness, if Sedrick Turner has a chronic illness, or God forbid there's a terminal situation, right? What resources outside of your own funds, right, do you have to pull from to be able to get you to that next level? Insurance can do that for you while you're living, if you have the right plan.
So what you're saying is, if you have a right plan that can help me in case if I get chronic ill. So let me ask you this. So what's the
Chronic, critical, or terminal?
What's the rule of thumb is to have like a nest put up? What's the average amount of time we need to have a plan in place to just in case we lose our job? Let's say I don't get sick, I lose a job or whatever. What do you recommend? Just from your knowledge, now this is financial planning, with your knowledge.
What we used to tell people is that you've got 5 years of your expenses, your annual expenses, placed up. We're now stepping forward as an industry and saying that, hey, you really need to plan for 10 years out.
10 years out.
That's a big step for most people.
Okay.
Most of us are living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
So when you start talking about trying to figure out how do I set up something to set me up for 1 year, then you jump up and say, well, man, you need to have something set up for 5. And now I'm saying, you know what, 5 isn't good enough anymore. You need to have a plan for 10 years out, minimum. Minimum. So and part of that, not saying the sole thing, part of that planning should be considering what life insurance products can do for you, right? And there are a ton of products in their life under their life insurance umbrella.
Okay.
And I cover all aspects of it.
You cover all that.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's just part of the planning process of life insurance. But then you also going to expand your company in the future to offer more products, correct?
Right. So so that's the case too. But within that, because I don't want to kind of gloss over it.
Okay.
Within the life insurance umbrella, right?
Okay.
There's a ton of stuff, right? So you're looking at for the individual, you've got everything from term, final expense, IULs. Everybody's on this thing about build your own bank. Be careful with that.
Okay.
There's a lot more involved in that. From the business aspect, dealing with business owners, you've got key man insurance.
Okay.
Or key person insurance,
All right.
which is very vital for business owners. There's a lot that's available in that space outside of what we plan to do. So outside of that, and I won't go too deep in that, but there's a whole lot more. You've got health, you've got senior services, you've got retirement planning, you've got the whole nine.
So as a business owner, which I do, a business owner, so you think it's very, like I got a key man that's in place now that you can write.
You're a key man.
I'm a key man. Oh, shit.
I mean, you're the key man, right?
Oh.
And then outside of that, so let's kind of peel the onion back a little bit on that, right? So when we're talking about a key man or a key person, that could extend to a group of people and not just one person, right? So if you take Sedrick Turner and what you mean to everything that you have in place as a business, right? If something happens to you, you're the brain trust. You got the vision. You're putting that vision on to the rest of your folks, but you got the vision. Where does the company go if something happens to you? Who's in place to replace you?
So a successor plan.
So it's part of the succession plan.
Okay.
And in that, there's a lot of money. I've done these policies for a lot of folks, right?
Okay.
Won't name any individuals, but you take a situation where someone's the head of a company or you're co-heading companies, right? You're bringing in a certain amount of resources, this other person's bringing a certain amount of resources. If something happens to you, what kind of money has to be spent to replace you and what you brought? And even outside of that,
Bro, ain't no money in the world can replace me.
so your folks or your organization would really need to look at a substantial policy, which can be very, very affordable.
Yeah.
You know, so but we can talk about that off.
We're gonna talk about that.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So Aaron, so I know you've been busy. I hadn't seen you, and I got Mr. Otis Baker sitting back in the background. He's in the background. He went to Westwood. So guess what? So now we're gonna tie in the community
Got it.
to your business.
Got it.
Your faith. You already said what God done for you. You told us about your blessings. You said that you walked out on faith. And now you're here today.
Right.
Now tell me some things that you think is important that a business owner should be doing with this, with the community, with the neighborhood, or just share us your vision on that.
I'll be honest with you, and I'm not blowing smoke. I think that every business owner should look at the blueprint that you're putting in place, sir. That you put in place. And I definitely aspire to get to the point where I could go into or jump in at the level that you're in. But to be able to go back and not only just with dollars, right, but just taking people by the hand and giving them information. Information is key. So go ahead. You're about to say something. Go ahead.
You know what? Guys, I'm telling you, if we don't come together today and right now, we're not going to have a seat at the table. We need to come together as one. Just like what you just said. We can do a lot of things together. Everybody got their own shine. And I get it. We all want to get the shine. But at the end of the day, we all got the same similar goal in place. We need to come together as one right now and support one another. We don't do enough of that. We do enough of it's enough tearing people down now. It's time to build each other up. I've been down at my lowest of my life. But you know what? God said, boy, get up off your knees and come on. Get off your knees and come on, do what I need you to do. And then smack on the back of my head. And I got up. So I'm telling you guys, we got to get together, stick together, and stay together.
That's real.
Westwood High School, Whitehaven, we know what everybody going through today. And I applaud Whitehaven for what they going through now. I applaud you guys, and that's a blueprint that Westwood got to do. We're going to do it. Listen, Westwood going to be great again. I'm telling you right here, right now, I'm going to get this man here involved, this man here involved. We're going to come together, Westwood. And I'm going off script here because I'm getting a little passionate about things. I was asked the other day. I want to put this out here right now. We talked about it. Okay. Somebody asked me one day, did I ever sell drugs? Man, I don't even drink, fool. I'm sorry. I don't even drink. So my point being is, it's a shame we can't make 6 and 7 figures and work hard without being stereotyped as doing illegal things. That's what my purpose is, to show other young black African Americans that they can make it without selling drugs. You put all your faith and hope in God, you can make it. I made it. I never sold drugs. I was appalled, but it was kind of funny to me. So I wanted to bring that up because it's imperative that we stop it with this nonsense. Because if others do it, oh, they legitimate. But let me let you on a secret. They do it way more than we do. So you better find you somebody to play with, so you know who I'm talking about. Right? Listen, God. Listen, I had to go off script.
No,
because
it's
a shame.
No, we hear this all the time.
All the time.
We hear this all the time.
Black men, young black men.
I hear it. Not, of course, with me, not yet, but with the people that I'm acquainted with, like yourself and some other folks. You always have these folks in the background wanting, I guess they call it the tea now. What did he really do? What do you mean, what did he really do? What did she really do? It's like, they work. People, and I know this ain't about you, but people don't understand the work that was put in place, the foundations that you had to set years ago, over 30 years ago, right?
Listen.
Putting these maps together, putting these plans together to get where you are now. I'm a baby in this entrepreneurship game, right? I just jumped out here in 2022. So I'm 2 years in. I'm a toddler now. I'm just trying to find my way. I just stopped crawling and I'm on 2 feet now, right? Mm-hmm. But people have to understand that, there's no get rich quick scheme. There's, for most of us anyway, right? There's a lot of planning. There's a lot of work. There should be a lot of collaboration, which is, one of the reasons that this is so special, because you reached out and you're collaborating with people across the country just to get ideas out, to let people know that there's another story. And I think it's important that you're doing it, man. I applaud you for it. But you had to have done something, on the shady side to get to where you are or where you're going. And, that might be the case for some folks, but it's not everybody else. That's not everybody's story.
That's important, guys. We got to stop it. We got to stop that. We really got to stop it with the nonsense right here, right today. I mean, it was funny to me, but now it's not funny because I see it today. We stereotype people all the time. We want to bring it down. They say hurt people. And you know what I found out that I'm going to stop doing from this day forward? I'm going to stop justifying myself. I don't have to justify myself to nobody what God got me doing. I'm doing God's work. Now, I don't need to justify myself to you or nobody else. You better get on this train while you can. Because at the end of the day, listen, people are not going to remember you for how much money you got. People are not going to remember you for having a business you own. They're going to remember you for what you've done to bring other folks to your level, to help your people. That's what people are going to remember you from. They're not going to remember me, oh, he owned this. I don't care about none of that. I would trade it all today, right now, Mr. Hall. Right now, to continue to walk in God's steps. I promise you on everything I love, brother. And that's real talk. Coming from my heart, real talk, being straight up with you guys. I'm being 100, and I get a little passionate about it because we don't stick together. We don't stick together as people. We got to help you, brother. I mean, I've interviewed several that we got to help. We got to help each other. We got to stand by one another. We got to stop bringing each other down because you hurt. You can get up here with everybody else, but we can do it together. We work together. All right? So, Mr. Hall, I applaud you, brother, for stepping out on faith, brother, on doing what you're doing today and right now. And guess what? I'm going to do some business with you. I'm going to do some business with you. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people, if they're not watching, they're going to watch later. They're going to reach out to you, Mr. Hall. And what I want you to know is, listen, don't be scared to jump out. People know about you. They know about you. You got to go get it. You got to stop justifying to America what they don't understand. And like I said, I stopped it. I'm stopping yesterday when that person told me that. I said, you know what? I don't have to justify myself to you or nobody else but God. So take it or leave it and find you somebody to play with. Mr. Hall, brother, I appreciate you, man. Listen, we're gonna listen. Westwood,
stand up.
Stand up, Westwood. We got to stand up. A lot of us, come from Westwood. Joe Johnson. I always say, Joe, I got you next. You got to come on this show, brother. But Joe Johnson, listen, you, AHamiltonHall, listen, who else come from Westwood that's really doing well? I mean, a lot of us doing well, man. And don't be shameful to say you from Westwood. And listen, don't be scared to come back to your community. Well, I don't care what community in the neighborhood you're from. Go back to your community and help your community now because they need you. Don't forget where you come from. Because you know what? God gonna forget about you in the end. So don't forget what God gave to you. Because the more that God gives to you, you can give to others. All right. So again, Mr. Hall, brother, it was a pleasure. Reach out to this brother right here. Hey, tell him your information, please. Sir.
Aaron, AHamiltonHall and Company is the name of the business. Of course, I'm Aaron Hall. You can reach out to me on in a number of different ways. I'm all over social media. Just put in my name, Aaron Hall. You can email me at Aaron, AARON, at AHamiltonHallCo.com. Or you can give me a call. I don't mind giving my phone number out. 901-484-2045.
Say it again, 901.
901-484-2045. You can reach me anytime.
Listen, I got another podcast that's coming up. It's going to be a special podcast with some special young ladies. I'm going to do that next. Then I got a real special one coming up with the one and only, my guy, Dr. Reginald A. McDonald, head band director at Tennessee State University. We're gonna do some live with the band. It's gonna be off the charts. I'm telling you. Listen, we got some announcements to make. Now, Westwood, you think we doing something big? Wait till you hear what we gonna do big for Tennessee State University, that band. Listen, what we gonna do, they deserve it. Those kids deserve it. And guess what? God said they gonna have it. Because we gonna be on live to share with you what gonna happen, how we gonna do it, and when we gonna do it. I didn't say this. He didn't say this. Dr. McDonald didn't say this, but God said it. So we're going to do something special for that band, Tennessee State University, aristocratic band. Alice Baker was in the band with me. Aaron and Go. I was in the band. The best band in the land, bar none. I don't care what nobody said. You can call whoever you want. Tennessee State. Give me a TSU face. But TSU, I'm coming at you, Dr. McDonald. So listen. I'm coming to you, and I got some more blessings to share with Tennessee State University and the aristocratic band. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Mr. Hall, and God bless you all.